We made it back to Belgium, everyone. Yay. Yay.
Never been here before. Looks different.
It looks different because you're on the bottom row.
It looks different from what I'm used to.
I mean, sure. Bonjour. Because we're on the French side of Belgium, I guess.
Yeah.
And welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Morphae. Say something gay. Gay. I just finished the coffee I was drinking. So currently I'm only drinking water because hydration is important.
Well, I'm David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. You can probably already tell, but I'm wearing my Denali shirt.
What?
I just realized, like, this does this almost say the same thing, like upside down?
That's the whole point. That is the whole point.
That's cool. I just realized that. And it's signed by Denali. Yay. But I am drinking. Any guesses?
Not water.
Because you saw it. I'm drinking a Monster. Because I don't have energy. I'm sick. I have COVID. So I need energy. I should be drinking water since I have COVID. But
you should be sleeping and not here, but we appreciate you being here.
I wanted to talk about this.
I know, and I appreciate you for it.
I mean, after watching the episode, I understand. I would want to talk about this too. But hello. Hi, you guys. I am Lana, your resident Evil Diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because I love me some tea. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I am currently taking David's place, and me and Logan have taken up the mantle for David. We're drinking water because
you have the plastic water bottle, so you're the one really taking. You're taking the David spot. Oh, there it is. Drink more water, David.
Okay.
Hydration is important,
especially when you have
COVID. Absolutely. I mean, I've never had it. Knock on wood.
Ooh,
I can't say that anymore because I have.
I get it every 13 months. Like this, literally, I've had it 3 times, and it's been every 13 months.
That's horrible.
So stupid.
See you in March of 2025.
I guess for Drag Race. I don't know, Estonia.
Something. Who knows?
Drag Race. I don't know.
Holland will be back by then.
Drag Race Vatican City.
Stop. Not that
I don't know.
City. Anyway, you can get your cup mug at LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com because we have a panel full of cup mugs. Can't really see it because it's too light outside. But you can get yours at LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com or any of our other cup merch. And new merch is on the way. After your new year, new merch is on the way. Period.
And speaking of new things, it's time to talk about a new season of Drag Race Belgique.
Yay! I'm excited. I like this cast a lot. I've interacted with most of this cast, and I think they're all super cool.
This cast is eating. And I'm already very thrilled for this season. And I was. And after this premiere, I'm so excited.
Yeah, and I was telling Logan before we started, but I've got positive things to say about everybody. It may not all be positive.
It
may not all be positive, but people shined in at least one thing throughout the episode.
Well, there was a lot of potential for that.
Yes.
So there were three to 4 different opportunities. Well, actually 5 potentially. 5 different opportunities to shine in this episode. So I'm glad that at least some of them shined.
6 if you're counting personality.
Sure. I was also counting confessional.
That too.
I thought you were doing entrance look, main look, photo shoot, talent show, and lip sync.
I did.
Personality. We need a big rubric, I guess.
I guess so. Geez. Furthering the scoring system that David has so kindly set up for us, I guess. But we're going to dive into the premiere because there is a lot to talk about, as we just realized. But before we do, make sure to subscribe because we are here all the time giving you almost all things drag. We've got Belgique. We've got season 16 of US. We've got España All-Stars starting tomorrow at the time that we're filming this. UK versus the world. We're currently covering Dragged In as well over in Philippines. So make sure to check out all of that content. And we've got 2 other channels as well with almost all things reality TV and almost all things Eurovision Song Contest. And we're very excited to be reacting soon to Musti's song for Eurovision for Belgium. So that comes out in like 3 weeks. So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
So yes, subscribe, do all the things. But we're going to dive in because there's a lot to discuss. We're going to start with entrances, of course. And first into the workroom, Sarah Logan. The Logans come first, of course.
Yeah, I didn't expect Sarah to be the first in the workroom, but I think she started off strong. I really like this color combination here. Like, I think that's my favorite part about it. The thing is, we've seen a lot of showgirl looks over the past year, at least. And I don't think this is on the higher end of that, but it's perfectly fine for an entrance look. Like, I'm not expecting to have my mind blown. It's just a little hard when I like the standards like so high for showgirl looks. But I thought it was perfectly serviceable, and like I said, the colors are very good on her.
I agree. I think the color palette is my favorite thing about this look. Love the feather boost, bustle in the back. Like the ponytail. I think it's a solid entrance look. I kind of enjoyed it.
It's giving very soft ponytail, and I do really I like that with the rooted wig as well. All of this comes together very beautifully for me. I really liked this as an entrance for Sarah. I like this kind of like teal blue with the pale blue feather bustle in the back with this bright hot pink. Like y'all said, I think the color combination here is gorgina. I really enjoy everything that's going on here. It's very detailed. There's a lot of stoning work, and you can tell that there was a lot of work put into this entrance, and it shows. So, scores.
I gave Sarah a 74.
I'm going to give Sarah a 70. 70.
I'm going to give Sarah I'll give her an 80. I like it. It's 11. Next up, Alvilda.
Alvilda Earth Move. Yes.
No.
I really like this dress. I think this is one of my favorite looks of the entrance looks. And it's all about that fabric. Like, there's so much going on, but it's not like too busy that I hate it. Like, it's so busy that it like keeps me interested in finding new things about it. And I really like the mask. The only thing I'm not crazy about is this wig. It feels kind of out of place. Like, it feels like a completely different color palette than what she's working with in the gown. So it kind of threw me off a little bit. But other than that, I thought she looked really stunning.
I like this look on her. I liked the print. It gave me very pop art kind of vibe to the dress. I didn't mind the wig. I felt like it was just like another thing to just add to the artsy fartsiness of the dress and give me something else to look at and to take in. It doesn't matter to me. It's not matching. It's just like it's just something different. It's just something like, okay, this is different down here. This color's different right here. This is a different pattern up here. And to go with all the tattoos that she has across her chest, it's like an extended amount to her artwork, to the dress, it just makes me just like, I'm just interested in this whole look. I really like this entire look. I love her makeup in this. I think the makeup is the part that connects the wig to that brings it all together is her mug, because it's the purple in the eyes, but also the red on the cheek, and then the the lip. I think it all goes together. The white and pink in the lip. I like it. I do. I just like it.
Well, if you didn't know she was the daughter of Sasha Velour before, now you do. That's really what I got from this in the best possible way. I love all the fabric is really what it is with this gown. It's a very simple gown. I think it's lovely for an entrance. I love that she came in with the mask too. I thought that was a really nice touch. The wig, I don't mind the wig. I don't know what else I would have done. So I guess it's good. But I think all of it, this really speaks to very clearly who Alvilda is, and I really enjoy that from it. So,
and I do want to add, like, just to touch on your point about Sasha Velour, like, you can tell that she's in that same family, that same universe, but this does not look quite like something that Sasha would wear. It's like in that same family, but I feel like Alvilda is a much edgier version because Sasha's so polished with all of her looks. And there's like a grit that I really appreciate in Alvilda, and you're seeing that here. So
definitely, I agree with that. Scars.
86.
We're at 85.
93. Next up, Star.
Yeah, Star. I'm excited for Star. I like that she's so seasoned. It's kind of funny. She's been doing drag longer than Morphae's been alive. I like this shape on her. I don't know. I kind of wish it was a different color, and I definitely wish that the actual like fabric of the garment was a different color because it's like almost flesh tone. And I don't know, it doesn't really come together in the way that I would have liked. I don't know. I was a little disappointed, but her face looks good. Her hair looks good.
Yeah, I think I agree with you with the jacket part. I feel like it's washing her away. Like it's too close to her skin tone. It's too close to, like, I would have rather it been a different color to contrast that orange, like maybe a yellow. So like a yellow, a burst of yellow, then the feathers and thing be a burst of orange, or just
Baby
something
blue.
or blue, something to contrast the orange. And I think that would have been like more like, oh yeah. But the feathers, the orange is good. The orange is great, like I said, but it's just the jacket that kind of washes her out. I do like her face. I love the hair, and we just love Star. I think Star's great.
I get what both of you are saying about it washing her out a bit. I think I disagree. I actually really like this color because I feel like it's far enough away from her skin tone because she has a very she has a more olive toned complexion, and the garment is kind of this like yellower kind of like beige color. And so for that, I don't mind it. I think I would have liked it a little bit more in a different color. I do agree with you both. But I don't mind it as is. I really like this short little hair situation we've got going on. The feathers are really the star of the look.
Star.
Ha 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 ha. And I think she's lovely. She's the kind of drag queen that I always want to root for because I just love those like classic seasoned queens on a drag race season. So I enjoy this from Star. And scores for Star.
It's going to be 68 for me.
I gave her 70.
I'm giving her an 82 because I actually really enjoy this. Next up, Madame Yoko.
Yeah, this was one that the more I looked at it, the more I appreciated it. Because it, like, when you first see it, you're like, okay, simple silhouette, shiny material. And then you keep looking at it and you're like, that is a very shiny material. Like, whatever material she used, I don't see that on Drag Race. Like, it was like almost blinding in the best kind of way. I really appreciated this fabric. And I like all the jewels on her shoulder too. The only thing I'm not crazy about is the wig again. This kind of looks like that thirsty wig Rita had in season 1 of Canada.
Oh no.
A little bit.
You're
A little
right.
bit. Jimbo is somewhere like reading this wig to filth. But I really like Yoko, and I'm super impressed with the bottom part of this look. Everything below the face. Even the face looks good.
I love this dress. I thought it was such a pretty, great entrance dress. But it was the detailing of this dress was what just blew my mind. I was like, she could have just easily just been like, okay, I got this pretty simple white dress, and I look good in it. Extensions at the waist, pretty da da da. But no, 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 no. She added all of these intricate details, and then these crystals off the shoulder, the details in the chest area. Then it just continues to go down the bodice of the dress. I love that. Um, Am I crazy about the wig? Not as much, but I'm not like hating it. Like, oh, that wig gotta go. But it's still like, eh. But I get what she was doing because she came in with the veil on the front, and it was just like, it was that whole. I wouldn't say housewife, but it's that short bob look that we love to get when we just go through a divorce. We cut all our hair off, and it's just like, I'm not saying that's what her intentions were, but it's just that I just went through a divorce. I cut all my hair off because he wanted me to have long hair. So now I cut it off, and this is my look. This is my do now. And you're fabulous because the pixie cut is fabulous, and you look good. It shows off your cheekbones and all of that. But then after when it starts growing out, that's what we're at right now with this look, with the bang part. It's starting to grow out, and she's due for a trim. But I still like her. I enjoyed her throughout this episode. So, yeah.
I'm trying to tell whether the dress is hand stoned because it kind of looks like it is. And if it is, that's incredible. And takes a lot of craftsmanship. So, like, I kind of hope it is. I really enjoy this. I agree with the thoughts on the wig. I don't know what other wig I would have wanted with this, though. I will say that. Because it needs something shorter and off the shoulder, so that way, like, all of the shoulder detailing can shine.
A pixie cut.
Or a pompadour, even. Like, just something to give it volume.
I mean, I would have said like a pixie cut, like well, I guess y'all call it a kitty cat.
Pussycat wig?
Pussycat wig, I guess.
Come on, pussycat wigs.
Something short, maybe to the face that kind of framed the face.
I honestly think a Karen cut, and I mean that in the best way in this scenario, that could have been, because it's in between like a pussycat wig and a Karen cut.
Maybe a short bob, even.
Oh, I would have loved the bob
with
here.
With the bang.
That's what I want. In this color, absolutely.
A bob.
Yes, it's a fuck ass bob. I want a fuck ass bob here. Yeah, I really enjoy this. It's simple. I like the mask coming in. I like the way that the hip is hitting on the dress. It's giving like a little bit more exaggerated, that kind of like, I can't, it's like it's more exaggerated than an hourglass. I really like it. I think it's a solid look for Yoko. So, scores.
78.
I gave it a 90.
I give it an 86. Next up, Gabanna.
I like this. I think this is a really good silhouette. One of the best silhouettes of the entrance looks. And the fabric, you can't go wrong with black and gold. Like, it looks so good. It looks so polished. Love the wig. Like, she came out looking very professional, very Drag Race ready. So I think she hit the nail on the head.
She definitely hit the nail. This is one of my favorite looks that came in on the entrance. I think it's in my top 2. It was really, really good. I like you said, you can't go wrong with black and gold. That's just going to be a classic color that when somebody wears, you like, yes, work. I love the designs that she had, design patterns in the gold. And I think she just came in looking really strong and very polished and very, like, this is a good entrance look. The pointed shoulders, it's a good entrance look. I'm not mad at it. I was very happy with this.
I'm a big fan of this. I think all of this works very, very wonderfully. Like you said, David, black and gold is an incredible combination here. I think what does it for me is actually this wig, because I feel like just the wig being a little closer to the head than with the little flip at the end. I really enjoy that. All the details are there. Her ass was showing, which great. Love it. Big fan. And I enjoy this from Gabanna. Unlike certain other people we see on drag programming right now, I think she's got the polish and the goods to back up being a complete bitch.
Mm-hmm. And she's a fun bitch. Honestly, I'm going to say it now. She's my favorite personality.
I think I agree with you. Because unlike certain other people we're currently seeing on drag programming, she's actually fun with the way that she's a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
For sure.
And it's not malicious. It's not mean about it. It's just like, shut up. No,
Yes.
shut up. It's like, it makes me chuckle and giggle.
Yes. Scores for Gabanna.
85.
93.
It felt fitting to give this a 96. So, it's a 96 for me.
Yeah, couldn't go the other way around because that's too low.
No. Could not do that. Right now. Could not do that right now.
No.
Next up, Veuve. My doppelganger. As they said themselves. So, I don't want to hear anything about it.
And, as you can clearly see, is not bald.
No, not at all.
Clearly.
Yes. I really like Veuve, and I think this is just very signature. I feel like there's different types of signature Veuve, but this feels...
Well, David, we were told in our comments what signature Veuve was.
Mm-hmm.
According to them, this is not signature Veuve.
I'm saying that I think Veuve has multiple signatures.
Absolutely.
This came out. If you did not show me the face at all, I would be like, this has to be Veuve. Just because
I'll agree with that.
It feels very fitting of her. Mm-hmm. So I thought this was very solid. Like, is it the biggest and most extravagant look? No, but it still works for me. Like, it just feels very fitting, and it's perfect for an entrance look.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I think this is one of the many sides of Veuve that we're going to see in this season. And this is just one side that we're like, yep, works. And it's good. It's not super outrageously crazy. It's a good entrance look. It's solid. It works. She looks good in it. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at this look at all. It's like when the look comes in and you like, okay. That's how I compliment things. If I'm going, then you do it all right. If I don't say nothing, yeah. But
Lana, I was gonna say Lana's okay is my bitch.
Nah, because that my okay is just like that's all right, that worked. But if I'm to that level, that's all.
Mine above bitch is ooh. That's where I go. Mine's a little bit.
I think your bitch is my ooh.
I disagree with you.
Well, I didn't know your bitch was that low. You know, I thought bitch was
because there's like oh girl, and that's good, and then there's bitch, which is really good, and then there's
I need something.
You got to come up with something, David, because you're just too low key. We don't know what you are. We don't.
Why am I here?
You.
It's nice.
It's nice.
It's fine.
It's great.
It's acceptable.
And then it's a
42.
Oh, no, I love it. I like it. It's really good. I like it. 50. Like, what? What does it mean? You just agreed with us that it was great and we loved it. And
I have adjusted my scale up a bit since I started podcasting.
I've noticed.
I've noticed. Picked it up a little bit to match at least.
Our scores are more in line anymore, and I really like that.
Yeah,
because I think I've also brought mine down.
Me too. That's what I'm about to say. I think we've all just tried to meet each other in the middle. because we were very high. Dave was like very low, and it was like these scores just seem very off. It just seems very
Yeah.
off, and so we're kind of like, all right.
But also the thing is, when both of you joined the Drag Race coverage, it was during a time where there was a lot of good drag.
True.
That's the thing, is like there was just a lot of good drag happening on our screens. So it was like the high scores were warranted because there was good drag on our screens.
Facts.
And this is good drag. Circling back to my doppelganger.
Absolutely.
This is good drag. I would say, oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead. I thought we went to the scores part already, but go ahead.
No, I haven't given my critique yet. Okay, it's not going to be that long though. I think this is, instead of signature Veuve, I think this is where Veuve is making a very strong statement to start the season. That's what I would say. I would say this is a strong statement about who Veuve is. I don't know that it's signature, but I see where you're coming from for sure, David. I think this is something they may do very often, which could be called a signature, but whatever. Semantics. Scores for Veuve.
79.
I gave it an 89.
I gave it a 93.
Wonderful.
Very. Loulou Velvet walking in Velvet.
Yeah, I really like this. Well, first of all, that's the kind of fabric that I just love. If you have this dark red velvet type of fabric, it's hard to miss for me. So I thought she looked very good. Like it's a not the most extravagant look. It's very like simple shape, but she's so pretty. And this is a good wig. I've been complaining about a lot of wigs, but I really like her wig here. The only thing I'm not crazy about, and it does seem to be kind of a signature thing for her, is the glitter on her chest and back. I don't know. It's really hard to make that work for me because sometimes it just makes queens look like a little dirty or hairy. I don't know. But it was not my favorite part. Everything else looks really good.
What was your favorite part?
The glitter on her chest and back.
Okay.
You can't hardly even see it in this picture.
I want to make sure I didn't have to say it again, but I didn't even think about that part. I like this dress. I love how she came in with the reveal and ripped it off, and it was still a big velvety red dress. I think this is a cute, solid entrance look. I love that she didn't do too much with the wig. It was just a simple wig with a bang, the glove. It was good. It was solid. I appreciated it.
Yeah, I thought this was very solid. I don't know necessarily what I was expecting from Loulou. I think I said even preseason she was the one I was looking forward to the most because I wasn't sure what she was going to give. I was very pleasantly surprised, spoiler, with everything she brought this episode. I like this entrance. I agree with you a little bit about the glitter. I don't need it all the time, and I hope we don't get it all the time. But this entrance is cute. The little jacket she's got going on, this cute little baby doll dress with the glove, with this cute almost banged bob almost moment. I think it's a very solid look. So scores.
81.
85.
89. And I wrote that down before anyone wants to comment. Well, they're not going to. About me doing
sounds like somebody listened to an episode that they weren't involved in.
I did. And I would like to make it known on the internet that I would never lead Lana astray like that.
Well, no, not that part. But when we were talking about your scoring.
Yeah.
Oh, I listened.
Did you see that part?
Oh, I heard.
Did you hear that part when we were talking about the scoring? It was fun.
In front of Manila's husband, I couldn't believe it.
Michael loved it, and we love you, and we know you don't always copy scores because sometimes
go check out our coverage of Drag Den with Manila Luzon's husband. Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm ready to see the next look. Let's see the next look. Yes!
Chloe!
Oh my gosh. I'm going to say it. I think this is one of my all-time favorite entrance looks.
I am going to 100% agree with you.
I could probably 100% agree with you too on the ones that I've seen.
Yeah, like I'm thinking back, like probably my favorite since Pixie Pixie in Drag Race Mexico.
Oh, and I love
Oh.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
This
For a
is-
second, I thought you said Pixie Polite, and I was like, what was her entrance like?
Yeah, Pixie Polite when she did Mexico. No, but
Yes,
this,
of course. Mexico versus the world, obviously. Yeah.
this is so
Hashtag
stunning.
Pixie Pixie or hashtag Pixie Polite for Drag Race Mexico versus the world. Oh my god, who started that?
So stupid. Go ahead, David.
Sorry,
Okay.
David. Go
I
ahead.
was like, I kept trying to say,
Right,
I said, this is so
Mhm.
stunning. I
Yes.
just like every bit of it just feels so extravagant and glamorous. She didn't have to go this hard for an entrance. She
No.
did not, but she did. She did. She told us she was the glamour girl, and she is. And you all know, I don't love nude illusions. I think it actually kind of works. here.
What?
Like, yeah. I
You
know,
don't?
shocking. I think it kind of works here because it feels so close to her skin tone, and there's not a bunch of creases in it. Like it's pretty seamless. Like
Yes.
if you were just looking at this, you might not even notice she has a nude illusion here. Lana didn't notice. Okay,
I
see?
didn't notice when I was watching it.
I didn't notice at first.
Okay.
When I pulled the photos for the slideshow, I noticed then, but I didn't notice.
Yeah,
it.
looking at this picture, I was like, "Oh, it is," but I didn't notice it
Yep.
first.
Oh, I noticed when I was watching the episode, but I have a keen eye for that.
Mhm.
We
but
know.
yeah, she
You're
like
expert.
if there's anything that Chloe brought to this episode, she brought some damn good looks.
We'll talk about it.
Yes. Oh, this was my favorite look of the night. Of entrance look. Favorite entrance look ever. One of my favorite looks of the night. I'm just gonna say it. Probably still out of all the looks that we've seen on this episode, this one was one of like, oh, it was so good. I was like, yes, Chloe, mama, bring it. Walk in there like that. Hair beat, mug beat, everything about it, accessorized perfectly. It's just, girl, this is my girl. Mm. Mm.
On her Instagram, it looks really good there because she has
Oh,
that. Yeah.
Oh,
that
it's like a
necklace. It's just a necklace. Oh,
well, no, and then there's
girl.
also the black underneath.
Yeah, the black
Yes,
underneath
the
too.
black. Oh, if she would have wore the black underneath,
She didn't want to go that hard.
Oh, she would have ate the girlies up, and no, she already ate them up, but like she would have just demolished the plate too. Like, girl.
All I have to say is she's beautiful.
Ugh.
That's all.
8-1 down.
Scores.
Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Ooh.
Scores.
94. Ooh.
Baby gets the full cup, overflowing. Kundala, mother, everything. Oh, just
Mine's
my
very
cup is
full,
in the
but not quite
Titanic.
full.
And look, under the sea. That's what my cup is. Oof.
Duh.
Yeah. Duh.
Duh.
Ooh. I was trying not to go there because at first I was going to be like, let me not give full cups this early. It's room for improvement. Then I was like, what the heck am I holding it back for?
Deserved.
Deserved. But
and last into the workroom, Morphae. Bitch. If Chloe had one of the best entrances we've ever seen, I think Morphae has one of the most unforgettable entrances we've ever seen.
Is. And I will be honest, I went so back and forth on this because I was like, do I love this or do I hate this?
Uh-huh.
Because there are things I like about it. First of all, I really like her face.
Mhm.
Like there's nobody that quite has her face, and I appreciate that. Like she has a very recognizable way of painting, and she loves to be this kind of creature, like insects. I don't know. As far as a look goes, I like it because it kind of gives me more of like a rocker type. Like I could see this being like a lead rock singer in the 70s wearing this. I don't know that I see Drag Race in this. But I do like that she's doing her own thing. She's wearing pants. So it feels like high fashion that maybe I don't get completely. So I'll respect it.
Oh no.
No, it's a no for me.
Oh no.
It's a no for me, dog. I
Oh
can't.
no. But I get it.
I mean, I like the makeup. I will say that I like the makeup of it all. I like the creativity, what she's doing with her makeup, and giving us a lash above and underneath her, like on her cheekbone almost. It's different. It's just I think I feel like David when he says this might be fashion that I just don't get, and the fact that I don't get it, I just don't get it. I mean, I can respect it, but still not get it. I hate this wig. I hate this wig. I hate this wig so much. It's so ridiculous. It looks so matted and weird, like you just got out of bed after a long razor
But
the
that's
night
the
before.
point. But
And I
that's the
get it,
point.
but it doesn't look good, and I don't like it. Like I don't want to see that. I don't. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this look. Do I like Morphae? Time will tell. But this look, I'm not feeling it.
I get that 100%. I really love this look.
Ooh, these
It
scores
wasn't.
about to be all over the map.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
We are about to have a 50-0-100 moment. And again, I'm at the high end. And the reason why is because I get where this is coming from. I got it. And I'm not saying y'all didn't. But she walked in. You didn't, Lana?
I mean, I got she was drunk and lost.
Well, no.
And confused.
So on her Instagram, she posted about this. And that it just added to my understanding of it. She said, injured, burned, and decomposing, I searched for a hospital to seek treatment. Dark, weird, and strange. That's what makes me different. And I think what sold this entrance for me was her performance of it. Coming in like dazed and confused and this like, I didn't know what it was, but I do really enjoy it as a performance of this entrance and also as a look. I really like this jacket that's going on with the exposed chest. I love the pants. The tattered pants for me is everything. I really enjoy the wig. I see everything you both said about it, and I respect that, and I see where y'all are coming from with that. But there's something about this that I find so interesting. I wasn't sold on Morphae preseason. I'm in now. And given everything she presented in this episode, I'm in. And I like it. I like a weird conceptual queen. And I'm in. So
I'll just say, like, it's always really fun when a queen like this somehow gets cast, because this feels like somebody that would never get cast. Like, we would never, ever, ever see Morphae on a RuPaul season. It would not
absolutely
happen.
not. Absolutely not.
So I just think it's kind of refreshing, whether we get it or not. It's just something different, and I really appreciate that.
Well, and I stand by the fact that I don't think Tammy Brown would be cast in the modern Drag Race era. But I love Tammy. I'm very interested to hear what the scores are for Morphae's entrance look.
I'm still on the positive side, so I gave it a 72.
Okay.
I am not on the positive side, and I gave it a 15 because I like the makeup.
Oh, no.
Sorry, I don't like
Well,
it.
if you add together David and Lana's scores and subtract a few numbers, that's where I'm at. I gave Morphae an 85.
Okay.
I mean, I was gonna give her a 5, but then I was like, 15 sounds better.
Okay. I get it. I
don't like it. I mean, I'm sorry. Morphae might be a lovely person, but sometimes you just don't like what you don't like. I just didn't like it.
So, all the queens are in. Rita's here. And I was pleasantly surprised to see Rita. It's like, oh, hey, Rita. Like, I knew she was coming, obviously.
Oh.
Well, I knew she was coming. I didn't think I would be so... I'll just say this. I didn't think I would be so positively happy to see Rita. I knew she was coming, obviously. She hosts the damn show. I thought she was lovely in this episode. I think she's learned a few things from hosting season 1. She seemed a little bit more personable to me. And I've never really found Rita Baga to be the most personable person. So...
I mean, for me, she was the most forgettable part of the episode.
Agreed. But I thought the moments where she was hosting, I thought were fine. So
I couldn't tell you a single thing she did this whole episode.
Me either.
I could tell you this gorgeous orange suit she walked in with that I want. I would like that suit very much. Anyway, I guess. We find out that the prize for the season is the same that it was last year, with the smallest cash prize out of any franchise of Drag Race, which is unfortunate.
I was like,
besides you can't guess.
Not anymore.
Oh, you can't get money now. That's right.
Not anymore.
I would be pissed if I was everybody else from UK.
Most of them are.
And be like, oh, now we get money?
Now y'all are getting money? Okay.
All right, work.
They should just be happy that people are getting money now. That's like people who are like, what? You all shouldn't get student loans forgiven. I didn't get I paid all my student loans.
Honestly, yeah.
Absolutely.
You kind of ate there, David. Not
you
kind of ate there. But Rita comes in. We find out that the first mini challenge is basically the first mini challenge they did on season 1 of España, but with a unicorn.
Okay. Sure.
We are doing a bucking bronco, mechanical bull, but it's a unicorn.
Yep.
It was fine.
It was fine. The right person won. We move.
I was gonna say the right person won, which was Alvilda. I thought they were incredibly homophobic with some of these photos that were chosen, and the fact that they only got the amount of time that they stayed on the unicorn to shoot. I thought that was confusing.
Because Chloe was not on there but 2 seconds.
I think it was literally like 10 seconds because you could see, because Rita was controlling the thing, and you saw the number of seconds were on there. So yeah, I was like, this is intriguing, but okay. And we find out for the first maxi challenge, we are doing the same thing that season 2 of France did, and we're having a talent show with the season 1 queen. I'm going to be honest. The formatting of this episode was like, oh, so they took this from this franchise and they took this from this franchise and they took the winner from France and brought her in. I was like, okay.
I said, oh, I know her.
Yeah.
I've seen her before. Look at
Yay. Yay.
This seems very familiar to me. This whole thing seems very familiar. But the talent show wasn't as great as France. I'm going to put it out there. I said it.
I will agree with you.
Me too.
But we'll talk about it. There were some very high highs and some pitchy moments all around. Yes, this episode was also very cut and dry. There's like no fluff. The only like workroom moment we really get with all the queens together is they're all just talking about their experience growing up with Drag Race and now being on Drag Race and being kind of the people to show younger queer generations some queer representation in Belgium, which I think is lovely.
Yeah, we got Star saying, I didn't grow up on Drag Race, but I mean, imagine growing up with no internet and no cell phones
Yeah, I started drag when there wasn't any of this, like, at all.
Like, I started doing all of that when there was none of this. And
Yeah.
I know how to reach out and teach other people because there was no way, unless you came to a show, that was the only way you can get the experience of a drag queen. And I was like, that was interesting. We got moments of people being a little shady and fun, but fun and shady. We got Gabanna and Yoko going back and forth. Like, Gabanna was like, girl, shut up. She's like, you're being mean. Oh, yeah, shut up. I was like, you're so stupid. It was
if there was one word to describe this whole episode, it would be lighthearted. It was so pleasant. And I mean that in the best way. Like, I thought the whole episode was just pleasant from top to bottom, and it was a lovely time.
Yes, I agree. Except for one part. Oh, there's one part where I will be reading a group of 10 people. Well, most of 10 people.
Okay. But it was some interesting moments. It was some shady moments. We had some moments throughout the talent show. I was like, oh, you ain't gotta be like that. But it was fun. It was fun. It was lighthearted. It was pleasant. It was interesting.
Well, then let's move there then.
Okay.
So we can talk about it. Before we do, though, we've got our lovely, gorgeous judging panel.
The black was stated, baby.
I said everyone understood the assignment today.
Put your black on.
And also, apparently, we're getting 2 guest judges an episode, or at least that's how this episode and next episode are, which I think is lovely. But yes, we have Rita. This isn't my absolute favorite Rita Baga look in the world. I don't think she looks bad.
No, I gave that a 75.
I was going to say, are we scoring Rita's look?
I scored it, but I don't remember what I gave it.
I scored it and I gave it a 75 because
I'm gonna match that actually.
I think it's like right around there, like maybe a 70. I don't know.
Did you put it in the thing?
I did. I'm not looking at it though.
But I'll tell you who did.
You gave it a 78.
Oh, I did? Okay.
Yes, you did.
Look at you being.
Oh, I think it was because I really like the wig. But that
I do like the wig.
Sure, yeah.
That's like very signature. Like since she's been a host, that feels very signature Rita wig.
Absolutely. Yeah, we saw it a couple times on season 1, for sure.
Yeah, I do love the wig, but you know who ate down for real?
Paloma.
I don't know her name. Paloma definitely ate. I do like that.
Oh, Leo?
Yeah, her.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Ate. Like, I was like, you better work. At first, because I didn't see it, the whole look when they showed it in the on the episode, and it just the wig, it was just her hair. And I was like, and she looks too tan for the hair. Like, I wasn't a fan of that hair color with her skin tone. It just felt like it was too contrast. But now seeing the whole look in its whole beautifulness, she ate. I'm loving it. I'm loving the jacket, dress, pants with the high boots. She looks great. Yeah, she ate down for me.
The what?
The jacket dress.
We are talking about 2 different people.
Are
you talking about the woman on the far left?
I'm talking one standing next to
Moosty.
Oh boy, Moosty.
Yeah, that's who I thought Lana was talking
Leo.
about.
I thought you were talking about the woman on the right of Rita.
Oh, absolutely not. I don't really like that. You're talking about the jacket dress girl.
I was with you, Lana. I just didn't know either of their names.
I don't know their name. So when
that
you said that person, I'm like, sure, great.
So that was the other guest judge, Tatiana Silva.
Her. That's the one with the jacket dress?
Yes.
Okay, Tatiana, you ate down. You ate down, baby.
She's a TV host and model and was also Miss Belgium 2005.
Work.
Oh, wow.
And she was also, she represented Belgium at Miss World 2005 and Miss Universe 2006.
Good on you, girl.
Yeah.
Work.
And she's a UNICEF ambassador. That's lovely. Good for her. Good for you, girl.
And then the Leo person, that's a cute dress. It's not bad. It's cute, but yeah.
Well, when I thought we were on the same wavelength there, what I was going to say is I think Leo and Moosty, who are on either side, each side of Rita, they are giving me, and especially next week, I'm very excited to talk about Leo's look because we got a little preview of it in the trailer. It seems like they're giving Anna Locking level of drag for being permanent panelists in the way that they're giving looks. And I'm really appreciating it. I like what Moosty's wearing too. I think he looks lovely. But it seems like Leo is going with this like headpiece moments, and I really like that. Much better
She's
than
new, right?
Yeah, so she was a guest judge last season. She is the woman behind Le Banana Split, which we've heard several times on Drag Race before. She was a guest judge last season at the top 4, and she replaced that other woman who they shaded in the episode, which I was very excited about.
I don't remember her. I only remember Moosty because I love Moosty.
She was not the best, which is why she was replaced with Leo, because I loved Leo. She's a very famous Belgian singer. So, what, Lana?
You made it sound like you had the decision to replace her. You were like,
I made the decision
you
to replace
made the
her.
decision to like because we got rid of that other one because I like Leo. I'm like
Because
that's
I
why they
think Leo is
replaced her.
much better. So I personally
replaced her with
I said I felt like Leo was better. Because she was.
You said that that's why the other one was replaced because I like Leo better. And I was like, oh,
I think
she
Leo
was
is
replaced
better.
because you like Leo better.
Yes.
Love that. Good choice.
Thank you. I know. But also, bitch, Paloma.
Yeah.
Girl. I love Paloma.
Mm-hmm.
I love Paloma. So, before we talk about the talent show, I want to briefly just talk on the queens of season 1 because they were all here and they all walked the runway.
Work.
I was going to say, we don't have to give super in-depth thoughts. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine with me. So, Brittany Von Botox. I am matching everyone's mids here.
Yeah, she looks
But
cute.
this is the best thing she's worn on the stage of Drag Race Belgique.
She deserved better than being first out.
She didn't perform well enough in that first episode.
But she was going to bring some cool looks. I know it.
Well, poor her. Amanda Tears. Oh, no. She's
Where's
a
the glow
tear.
up? Where's the glow up, girl?
She's a teardrop.
She had the most room to improve, and she didn't.
I think she did.
And you know what? This is what you get for that little thumbs down you were holding up, Amanda. I noticed you doing it. And I was like, you of all people shouldn't be doing that.
She was given the same right as everybody else. God. Okay. Edna Sorgelsen. I like this.
I like it. I expected more from her because she was another one I felt left too early.
Oh, she was the robbed queen of season 1 for me.
Mm-hmm.
By far. I think she should have gone much further. But Lana, you're just mid.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for the audio listeners because they can't see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Jump on YouTube, y'all.
Yes, as David, the one talking who listens to the audio podcasts. Yes. Macabone. I'm a thumbs up on this, and it's mostly for that damn little scooter thing she rode in on.
Hoverboard.
See, that was
The
my least
hoverboard.
favorite part because
I lived for it.
You could see her just so much tension in her because she did not want to fall off of it. And like it was.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, if you can't do it seamlessly, don't do it. But the look is pretty good.
Okay, David. Whatever.
Yep, thumbs up.
I like it. Thumbs up for me. Valenciaga, my baby. I love her. This is a thumbs up for me.
Mid for me. I've seen this look
It's
better.
mid for me. Yeah. She does look like she glue up a little bit. Glowed up.
Not glowed up.
She glue up a little bit, but
she glue up. Yeah,
come on,
she glue up.
This far.
Yes, glue up.
Yeah.
Peach, my mother.
That's my girl.
Queen of talent show performances. Queen.
Oh, you would love her, Lana. She's so good.
You know I love good shit. Y'all know I love good shit. Look.
I don't know that we'll have you do Alana reacts to Belgique season 1 because I think there's a lot of other things we would rather have you react to. But this was her signature on season 1, and I'm so thrilled. I'm just so happy Peach is back.
I love a good Jean look. She came out and I was like, work.
Mm-hmm.
Work.
Yes. Mademoiselle Boop,
I
whose
like
daughter
it.
is on this season, so good for her.
Yeah, I like it.
Thumbs
It's
up
alright.
for me. She looks very posh, very sophisticated, very classy. I was like, you better work, mama. That's all I
And
said when she walked in.
that's what you need to know about Mademoiselle Boop, I would say.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
I'm
Period.
leaning up. I
She's
like
all
it.
reliable.
Period.
Really, honestly, like she is that like workhorse queen. Like she
Right.
falls in that category. So I like it. Susan from Grinder.
Ooh, I thought this was super cool. Like, it's all about those arm pieces to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was like, I've never seen anything quite like this.
This is my favorite of the season 1 looks.
I think it was my favorite too.
I
I
can
wish
see
she,
why.
I wish she had a wig, but I get it. She often didn't use a wig.
That is not her thing.
Right.
So I really like it. I thought
I'm a
Susan
fan.
looked great. I was very happy to see Susan from Grinder.
I'm a fan.
I'm mad that they still can't call her Susan from Grinder, but it's copyright. Athena Likis. I guess at the time they filmed this, she was not Likis yet. She was Sorge Likis.
Oh, she changed her name?
She did, yes. It's just Athena Likis now.
Leakies?
Yes, so you literally take the Sorga
Oh.
off of her surname.
Okay.
I'm wondering whether that has to do with a split from because I think she's some relation to Edna. So I'm curious what I don't know. I don't know T. Let us know T if you know it. But
Yeah, she looks good. I really
it's
like
cute.
this. Yeah, I
Yeah,
really
It's
like
cute.
this.
Yeah, I'm gonna give her a thumbs up. She's cute.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give it a full thumb. Yeah. It's cute. I like her. But fucking bitch, Drag Queen. This was very closely my second favorite. Very closely my second favorite.
Agreed. Lana, this is straight up fashion. This is like walking down a runway. Like, I love the shoulders. I just freaking love her. She was definitely my favorite of season 1,
What
and
you
this is
running
showing
for?
why.
It's almost at the top. It's like literally past mid. What are you talking about? I ain't like dumbing down. I really got it like almost up here. I'm so this better for you, David.
It would be if it was sincere.
Yes, I'm gonna make it sincere. Thumbs up for you,
Drag Queen.
Drag Queen.
We didn't talk about it either, but she had a cute moment at the start of the episode where she walked in and gave a little message to the season 1 girls. I was like, that's also so Paloma. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Paloma did the same thing on season
Right.
2. So many Drag Race alum on this episode. I was happy to see it. I was like, ooh, everyone's here again. I love it. But I put everyone's talent show on the same slide. So,
Yay, so much easier.
and by me, I mean I didn't do it. Shout out to the Drag Zone because they did it, and I'm very thankful. Shout out to the Drag Zone.
Are we
Go follow them on
scoring these looks?
No.
I was not planning on it.
Thank
I
you,
was just
thank
planning
you.
on discussing.
I didn't plan. I
So.
didn't want to.
So
Should we go in order that they performed or the order that they're here?
I don't have the order that they performed up, but
I
if
do.
you would that would be beautiful and lovely.
Okay. So then we will start with Sarah Logan. We got like a burlesque type of lip sync from her.
Yes.
I thought it was perfectly fine.
Me too. It
Like,
was fine.
I was expecting a little bit more from her because it
Yeah.
was mostly just her standing there and lip syncing with a few twirls. I don't know. It was not my favorite, but it was perfectly fine.
Yes, agreed. I couldn't say anything else, but it was perfectly fine.
The definition of safe. In a good way. I thought it was a good performance. I thought it was great when we saw it, and then compared to everything else, I was like, it's pretty good. She was, I think, number 5 for me. I didn't do a full ranking, but like she was right there, just like perfectly safe.
Okay.
Who was next, David?
Next was Alvilda.
Ah,
And I'm going to say it now. Personally, my winner for the night.
oh,
I was obsessed with
Me
this.
too. Me
It
too.
was
Sure.
everything. It was the song, her performance of the song, and then the fire. Like, I was blown away. This is going to go down as one of my favorite talent show performances I've seen on any franchise. Even like just the song, like talking about how she wants to kill people. I was like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, this is so like Willow Pill coded. And you could just tell like her like kind of twitching, like she's trying to control herself. I don't care that she fell. In fact, I thought she was doing that on purpose until they like
Mhm.
pointed it out. But this was insane. I freaking
Yeah,
loved it.
I did too. I did too. I love this. I was like, she was the one that kept my attention because as I was watching it, I kept finding myself drifting and drifting to other things instead of watching. But from the moment she was on there and she started, I was watching her. I didn't have to go back and be like, oh, what did I miss? I missed something. I was very invested in this. I thought she was good. I love the song choice. I love what she did with it. I love how she performed it. It would have been my winner pick too, if to be honest.
It would not have been my winner pick, but it was a very solid second place for me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was lovely. It's not even necessarily because of the fall, but I was like, oh my God. It's just like, oh God, please don't burn yourselves, please. I thought her wig caught on fire, and I was so concerned and would have been devastated. And I was like, well, that's going to make the premiere episode. I thought it was a very, very good, fun, and lovely talent show performance.
Okay, well, next up was Star. So if Alvilda was my favorite of the night, Star was definitely near the bottom. I like that she leaned into the humor, but I wasn't really laughing. Like, even her like getting her head stuck in the chair, I was like, okay, like this might work at a child's party. I don't know. I wasn't quite feeling it. The only thing that like I thought was like a little bit funny was when her like saggy boobs like dropped out and then she like threw them behind her shoulder. But overall, like I appreciate the attempt. It didn't really work for me.
Agreed. I was not that into it. I was like, seen it before, very vaudeville like, with the hint of burlesque in it, and it was just like, okay, all right.
I think, unfortunately, I would have had Star in my bottom two.
For sure.
Which I don't want to say out loud because I really like Star. I just think, unfortunately, it was a good talent performance in a sea of some pretty great ones, I will say, and ones that caught my attention a little bit more. Like you were talking about, Lana, not like drifting away when watching Alvilda. I was drifting away a little bit when Star was performing. I had to watch it
Mm-hmm.
twice because I didn't remember most of the gags that she did. But I did think that getting her head caught in the chair was fun. It was very classic, someone said in confessional, I don't remember who, very classic like 60s drag. And that's what it
Mm-hmm.
gave me. I think her aesthetic is really brought up for the modern day, and I really appreciate that from her. I want the comedic styling and timing to be brought up to that level as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, who was next, David?
Next up was Madame Yoko, who
Oh,
sang.
yeah.
So this was an interesting one because honestly, I thought the singing was fine. Like it was nothing that impressive to me, but you could just feel like she had so much thought and emotion behind the performance. So that really brought it up for me a bit. I really liked the statement that she was going for here. Um, but yeah, as far as the actual singing, I wish it had been a little bit better. But yeah, I think she was perfectly safe.
Yeah, I think that her singing was all right. She had some pitchy moments and issues and little spots here and there. But for me, the passion behind what she was doing kind of balanced out the pitch problems for me. It was kind of like, because maybe she was so passionate, maybe she was, because I've seen people singing and get so emotionally involved that it affects their voice. It affects how they sing it. They're crying or their emotions take over, and it's like, oh, I'm shaky. But It wasn't so bad, and I enjoyed the message behind this was very powerful, very strong, and it made me appreciate it more than paying attention to the music. If you can make me pay attention to your message more than what it actually sounds like, then you're doing it's very impressive. So I'm okay with that. It was a very good, solid performance.
Yeah, I think, and I'm going to be honest here, of the two live vocals we saw in this, for me, and I know David is probably going to disagree here, for me, I thought Yoko had the stronger vocal.
Me too.
There were, both of them had pitch issues, and we'll talk about Gabanna here
Absolutely.
very shortly. But I think, I thought Yoko's performance was very, very powerful. I honestly, given performance and Runway, I think there's a universe where I maybe would have had Yoko in the top. If it was a top 3, I think there's a universe maybe where I would have had her in the top. I think what brought it down just a little bit for me was I liked the tattoo effect. I thought that was a really smart way to do and convey what she was trying to convey. And obviously, it's a very powerful message that I absolutely stand behind, obviously, as we all do here, because we talk about drag very, very frequently. I think the temporary tattoo effect, I'm not going to say cheapened it, but I definitely agreed with, I think it was Morphae, was like, but we see it kind of ripping up a little bit. And I don't think the physical execution of everything was as good as the vocal was for me, and the vocal carried the whole thing. So.
Okay, well, next up, here's where things might get a little heated.
It's Gabanna. I know.
It's Gabanna. Yes. Because I'm going to go ahead and say this. For me, Gabanna was my second favorite of the night. I do understand that there was some vocal issues, one very noticeable, but overall, here's what I'll have to say. When we see queens go on Drag Race, for some reason, everybody thinks they're a singer. Like all these queens, they're like, okay, we're all going to have our own songs after Drag Race. It's just a very common thing. And I think 95% of people that are singers from Drag Race don't have special voices. For me, there's something in Gabanna's tone that is very special and very like recording artist ready. Like I think she has an amazing tone to her voice. Even if she didn't hit every note perfectly, I was just mesmerized by her tone. Plus, I really liked the set that she had. Like, I feel like she did such a great job of taking her talent and blending it with a great set and just giving a whole vibe to it. So I was blown away by this. Yeah, I wish it had been spot on pitch wise, but still, I just see so much potential for her when it comes to like actual singing ability. So I loved it.
And see, we talked about this off camera, and I know David felt a certain type of way of something I said, but I will say this: I stand by what I said because I think Gabanna is a great performer. And does she have a specialness in her voice? Absolutely. She can sing. Gabanna can sing. I will gladly and happily say that she can sing. It's just in this performance for me, I felt like her nerves got the better of her, which happens to every singer sometimes. It happens and you miss notes. Was this a bad performance? Absolutely not. I think she performed this great. She gave us theatrics. She gave us set. She gave us things to look at. She made it absolutely mesmerizing to watch. What I did not like was that she was pitchy in a lot of places, not just one place. It was a lot of places. It was shaky. She was flat in some places. She was pitchy in other places. I just think it was nerves, which is perfectly understandable. You are in front of these people and you're being judged. Of course you get nervous, but does she have a special quality in her voice? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I agree with you. A lot of these queens come on this show thinking they can sing and they go make a song afterwards and every song sound the same. They got these raspy voices and they think they singing. That ain't singing. You just making some sounds. Gabanna is somebody who I think could leave this program and have a song, and it be a good song with good quality tone value in her voice. So yes, I agree with you on there. In this performance, she didn't give us that because I think nerves got the best of her.
I'm going to simultaneously agree with both of you.
I mean, it's not really nothing to disagree with because we both said the same thing.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm simultaneously.
So we both said the same. It's no disagreeing or agreeing. We all said the same thing.
I needed to add the simultaneously to make myself feel better, I guess, Lana. Okay?
Sure. Sorry.
Semantics.
Sorry.
Regardless, I think Gabanna did a very, very good job. She wouldn't have been in my top. I definitely wouldn't have had her in the bottom.
No,
I'll say that. I wouldn't even have had her in the bottom 3.
No,
frankly.
that was a joke.
I agree. Because I think 2 of the 3 people that were in the quote unquote bottom 3 were not deserved. But what I will say is I agree with what Lana is saying about there were some pitch issues. I could tell it was all nerves. Mm-hmm. And once she let the nerves control what she was doing, it got a little bit pitchier as it went on. But I agree with both of you in that there is a very obvious star quality here. Mm-hmm. I think, honestly, they put her in the bottom because they knew they weren't going to send anyone home this episode because allegedly one person had been disqualified from the cast because of things. I'll say that. Not good things, unfortunately. And I don't know who that person is. But I think they knew they weren't going to send anyone home this episode anyway because of that. And that's why it's a 9-person cast.
They wanted to take her confidence down a notch, I think.
I think so, if I'm being honest with you. Because runway and performance-wise, I don't think anything she did really deserved a bottom 2 placement. The look was gorgeous. The set was my favorite set of anybody's in this episode as far as the talent was concerned. I loved her singing in Spanish. I thought that was a lovely part of it. And I thought overall it was a very good talent. So.
A very good talent. Hi, Gabanna. I know you're watching.
Hey, Gabanna! And if anyone else on the cast is watching, because some of y'all actually watch our videos and we appreciate you for it. Thank you.
Oh, next up.
I was going to say, who was next, David? I don't remember.
I'm so used to you doing the transitions.
I know.
Next up was Veuve. And if you've done the math, you've realized she's not in my top 2. Yeah. Which is fine. And I'm sure that she's Logan's top 1. I could tell. But I actually I really respect what Veuve did. I will say I'm not the target audience for this because do I really care about this type of like a card reading? No, that's not my thing at all. But her talent for me was charisma. Like she oozed charisma so much, probably more than anybody else with their talents. So I was really drawn in by her personality. I think she's going to be such a likable character. And this is telling me anytime she's going to do acting, she's going to dominate it. But as far as like the actual sense of humor, like that she was conveying here, it just didn't land on me as much as I'd hoped. So I completely understand why she won. Wouldn't have been my winner personally.
She would have been my second. She was my second because I think Alvilda would have been my winner. But I thought it was funny. I think the what she did was funny. The comedic timing of it all was funny. I appreciated the comedy route that she took with this because it could have been very boring. A fortune teller doing things. It could have been very like, I don't get it. But I think she did it well. I think how she was like, this is for Rita and the future and da-da-da. And it was kind of just, I thought it was funny. I thought it wasn't stupid funny. It was like, okay, I actually did haha funny with you. It was not like, I didn't have secondhand embarrassment with like I do for a lot of comedy things that we've seen in on these shows. So I think she did really well.
Is Veuve the first person to win a talent show with a comedic talent? I just thought about that for a second. Because normally, because to your point, Lana, normally comedic acts don't do well.
Mhm.
Unless it's like a comedic lip sync performance or a comedic singing performance or something like that.
You mean Jasmine Masters didn't do well?
No. Despite what David may have assumed earlier, this is also my second favorite of the talent shows.
Oh, I thought you said Alvilda was your second favorite.
I lied. Alvilda would have been my third.
Okay.
Because I just thinking about things further, and I'll explain why later. But I love Veuve. I'm not mad that Veuve won at all. Not mad at all. I thought it was very funny. I thought all of the little digs and all of the very pointed humor that she made. This is where she called out Luffy's horrible fashions on season 1, and I was like, you better get her, Veuve. Get her, Jade, but get her, Veuve. I thought it was very funny. It gave me very Nina West magic. That's what I thought immediately, and I really enjoyed it.
Okay, well, next up was Loulou Velvet. She did another type of burlesque performance. And for me, this was interesting because there was a lot of similarity between what Loulou Velvet did and what Sarah Logan did. In fact, I would say Loulou Velvet, she really like almost stood in place the whole time. She was not dancing around, moving around. But something about it worked for me. I think even just her starting by lifting up the feathers and all of that gold glitter's her thing. I can tell. All that glitter comes raining down. I was like, ooh, pretty.
It was raining on her.
It was, yes. Yeah, I think she was another one that just kind of oozed charisma. And I'll be honest, I think I kind of slept on Loulou in the cast assessment. Because I'm much more excited for her after seeing this premiere. This was very good.
Yeah, this was good. I enjoyed her performance. I thought it was a solid performance from her. It's what I expected because that's what she does. And I'm like, yes, period. Show off the talent that you do. And this is what she does. And we see why she does it so well. I enjoyed it. It was a very burlesque performance. It was something because like I felt like Sarah Logan's was a pseudo burlesque performance and Lulu's was a burlesque performance. That's what I expect when I see a burlesque performance. And she gave it to me. I love the glitter, love her feathers. I liked it.
Now, I didn't sleep on Loulou Velvet, and I'm very happy I didn't because I really enjoyed this. I think there's a universe also where Loulou could have been in my top 3. Because I thought I preferred her burlesque performance to Sarah's for sure. I thought there was a charisma. There was a star power and a charisma there that is very evident. Where if someone can just be incredibly stationary or not do a whole lot, but continues to captivate you throughout an entire performance, that is something that cannot be taught. And I think that's something that Loulou has. And I really, really enjoyed it. It was a very good, very, very good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next up we had Chloe Clarke.
Oh, no.
I love Chloe. This was probably my least favorite of the talent shows. This episode, I feel like she just obviously had nerves hidden. She talked about it on the show that she started off confident and then all of a sudden they hit her. So I don't think she was going as hard with the dancing as she should. And I really respect she's had such a sense of humor about this on social media. She keeps talking about, oh, I'm such a great dancer with my 20 years of experience. And you can tell she's really able to laugh at herself, which I appreciate that. What I did not appreciate was all of those girls from season 1 with their thumbs down. I thought that was extremely tacky. Like, I get that you have that as an option, but put yourself in her shoes. I thought like that was uncalled for. It made me lose respect for every one of them that did that. I saw one person had their thumb up still.
I think it was Athena.
Okay, well, good for Athena. I respect you. Everybody else, you went down a notch. Yeah, even some of those people that are my favorites from season 1, I was really grossed out by that, honestly. Because that probably made things worse for her, if we're being honest. She probably looked over and saw that she was not getting any support from those girls, and it was super uncalled for. So Chloe, I would have had my thumbs up, even if it didn't fully work. But yeah, that's my thoughts.
Yeah, it was probably my least favorite because I'm like, oh, I feel bad. 20 years of dancing that she gave, and she was kind of like, 1, 2, 3, 4, look at this. And I was like, girl, give me more. Like, get into it. Show us what you got.
Give me
more.
give
Right.
me, give me.
Copyright. Anyway, yeah.
Thank you.
So she, I do see her dance experience from her, but I would have loved for her to show it more. Like, and it was nerves, which she said it was nerves, and I get it. It happens. It's fine. This just wasn't her night. Nothing bad about Chloe. This just wasn't her night.
Yeah, I thought her song was so fun. I really enjoyed the when it popped up and it said Chloe dance tutorial. I said, "Oh God." And I kind of lived up to that a little bit just from the performance wise, but I thought the song was actually really cute. I thought it was very well done. Unfortunately, the nerves got the best of her. They set her up to being like, I have 20 years of dance experience. And I was like, oh no, Chloe, no. Chloe, no. At that moment in the workroom, I was like, so she either wins or she falls into the bottom two. Like, there's no in between here, unfortunately. I thought the look was really cute. The song was cute, but unfortunately, it was my least favorite of the performances of the evening.
Mm-hmm. So. Okay, well, last up was Morphae. She was playing the piano with her teardrops just consistently falling down. So I think Morphae is arguably one of the most conceptual queens we've seen on Drag Race before. So you could tell she was going very high concept here, but at the same time, it still showed a legitimate talent. At first, I was like, "Oh, the piano playing is pretty nice," but it's not. It was very simple at first. It got more extravagant as it went along, so I really appreciated it, and I felt the emotion behind it. Did I understand everything that was going on? Like, I don't know why she needed the drip, the bag there. I would love to know more about it, but it got me thinking, and this would have been in my top 3. This was my third favorite of the night.
So, because Lana's not back, if you've done the math, you will know that Morphae was my favorite of the evening. And I think it honestly comes back to a little bit to her entrance being this like dark, sort of hungry sort of situation where she like take the character from the entrance. She's now here doing this performance. What I believe the IV bag to be representing is morphine, not to be confused with Morphine Love Dion. But morphine's physical effect on the body is a relief from physical pain and a decrease in hunger. And I think the whole point of it was as she was increasing the dose of morphine or whatever it was she was doing, as she increased the dosage that she had, it was increasing the pace in which she was performing. I could be very wrong, but what I got from it, I thought it was smart. I thought it was so smart. Just the whole performance, top to bottom, on top of it being a very good talent in that I thought her piano playing was absolutely gorgeous. And I don't know if I got the concept right, but there was something about it. I was so captivated by it and I wanted to know more, and it kept me entertained the whole time and it kept me wanting to see what else she would do. And I really, really enjoyed it.
For me, no. Okay. Piano playing is a talent that not everybody can do. So if you can do that, I am impressed. And Morphae knows how to do that. And I was very impressed by her skills on the piano. I was like, absolutely love that, because that is not an easy talent to pull off. I have tried and failed myself. So I know how difficult it is to be a piano player. And she was doing it very well. And so I was very impressed by that. What I liked and what I loved about this performance was the fact that she was in this character, and I think I get it. Well, I agree with you, Logan. I think it. I don't know if it's morphine or whatever she put in it, but whatever it was. She started off in a very melancholy place, and she was playing in this melancholy state, and it was like, okay. But then she reached over and pumped in whatever she was pumping in, and it was like every moment the tempo like it released her. It released her from whatever she was in, whatever state she was in. If it was a depressed state, if it was a state of pain, whatever that state was, the more the medicine got into her body, which is what medicine does for us, the more we're pumped in with the medicine that's supposed to heal us, the better we feel, the more energy we get. And then it was dripping from her pores, and it was dripping down, and it was like she was doing it, and she was getting it, and she was getting it, and it was like a surge of energy that it almost overloaded her, and that's where it was seeping out of. And I loved that character in that moment. I thought it was a really good performance, and I got it. And I loved what she was just like, just put me on stage with my piano, my IV drip, and some smoke. That's all I need. And it was just like, it gave you very, like, if you think about when Beethoven or Chopin will play the piano and they get so into it, and you see piano players just da 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 da, and their head as they move and they move and they move it. It's something about that is so interesting to watch, because the fingers
I would say enthralling. Like I felt sorry.
It's very hypnotizing when you watch somebody playing a piano and they're very passionate about it. You see how fast their fingers are moving and their eyes are darting because they're just in it. And I loved it. I thought it was a really good performance. I liked that from Morphae. Good.
Mm-hmm. I just realized it's kind of interesting. If you switched Morphae and Chloe on this graphic, it would be my top 3, my middle 3, my bottom 3.
And if you take the whole left column, that is my top 3.
Right.
Absolutely. That whole left column is my top 3. And I probably, the more I talk about it, I might switch Morphae with Veuve. Yeah, I might have to, because I think Morphae absolutely ate that up, and I was very impressed.
The more that I'm thinking about it too, and like my thoughts and everything, I'm sad to say I think I would have had Sarah Logan as low.
She would have been my low.
And that's really unfortunate.
I think we would have Sarah is low, and then a bottom 2 of Star and Chloe.
Yes.
Oof.
Unfortunately.
But that's not adding in the runway though for me, because I have to add in the runway.
Well, I always count the the actual challenge is what I mainly determine tops and bottoms from, because that's how they do it usually.
Not always.
Yeah, sometimes people be like, the runway was this much.
Yes.
Like, wait, what is it?
Speaking of the runway, talk about the runway.
Can you read that for me, Lana?
La categorie Drag Nationale.
Thank you.
It could have been absolutely butchered and wrong.
But you're like 70% there.
I didn't.
But I guess I don't need to read the title of the runway, I guess.
First of all, he was doing that because he knew I would never read it right. We know you go, because
I wouldn't either.
David knows I'm not reading it right because I don't know it. We know you know what it is because you put it there. Duh. Stop getting into feelings and read the dang thing right. Jesus. This podcast is really starting to drain me with you people.
The category is Drag National, or National Downpour.
Yes.
Now what confused me? I'm gonna be honest. What confused me is it supposed to be national flag color and also rain, or is it supposed to be rain Or is it supposed to be national flag? That's what I was like, I don't, because some people did a rain look in the colors of the Belgian flag. So I was like,
maybe they wanted to mix. I didn't get this category at all because I was like, why would we do a category about national downpours in the first place? Like,
and it's weird because the first runway on season 1 of Belgique was national flag color. Like everyone came out in black, red, and yellow. So I was like, are we doing that again, but also adding this rain motif? I don't know what was happening. Regardless, I think this runway was lovely, and we'll talk about it.
Sure.
First up, Alvilda.
Okay, we're starting off strong. I really like this. I don't know about you all. Yeah, I thought it was like very fashion forward. I really like the wet hair. Like wet hair doesn't always work on Drag Race, but I feel like this was a really good representation of wet hair. And I love how it just wraps around her body. Like this is another thing that just feels like it could be like something you would see on a fashion runway. I think overall, Avilda just killed it. She had such a strong episode.
I like this for this theme. I was like, I really like this. I like because the wet, like you said, wet hair usually doesn't work. It works for this theme. It worked for this look. I appreciate because we've seen some people try to do the wet hair look or have the matted hair on the thing, but then the hair don't look wet. It just looked like a wavy effect of the hair. I'm like, no, if you're gonna have hair matted to your skin and it's supposed to be because it's wet, make the hair that's on the head wet too, so it makes sense to mat to the body. And if you have hair and you've been out caught in a rainstorm, that is what wet hair looks like. It is just all.
Thanks for reminding me I don't have hair, Lana.
You didn't not always not have hair, Logan.
I feel like Lana, you were attacking Moy after Drag Den this week because we talked about her wet hair.
Absolutely talking about Moy and that not wet hair look when it's supposed to be.
I agree with you.
Just saying, if you
I wasn't there, but I agree.
Yeah, but we've all, and Logan, you've had hair before. Stop acting like you ain't had no hair.
Maybe.
But we've all been caught in the rain and the hair just matted to the face until you be like, oh, but I love this. I thought it was fine, and I didn't agree with the judges when they were like, "We couldn't see your face." Well, it's wet hair. You're not supposed to see the face. I liked it. I thought this was a very fashion-forward take on this theme.
Don't sleep in this hair, though, because you will go blind.
You'll go blind.
We learned that from Drag Den.
Period.
Yes.
Period.
Yes. Can you tell the last time we talked about drag things as a podcast was Drag Den? I can't add another iCard because there's already an iCard for it, but go watch it. I really enjoyed this. I did agree with the critique that the judges had about it being in her face the whole time. I also found that a little weird. I wish that the hair in the front had been shorter, almost fuck-ass bob length, I will say. Because then I would have liked the hair around it. I just think it wouldn't have been as in her face. She did reveal it for like half a second, but I wish it had been like she started with it in her face and then wiped it out of her face and left it there instead of letting it fall back in her face again.
Okay.
But overall, I think the runway was lovely. So, Sky.
She gets a 90 for me.
She gets an 88 for me.
She's going to get an 85 from me. Chloe Clarke.
Baby.
Chloe Clarke. Okay.
Baby.
Let's get it out of the way. Do we know what this has to do with the national downpour?
Yes. It's rain. The dress is raindrops. All those little designs are raindrops. There's abstract raindrops.
This is an avant-garde take on raindrops, which is what she said.
Okay. I missed that part. But I didn't care either way because I thought this was incredible. Like this is definitely my favorite look of the night. She has my top 2 looks of the night. This look is number 1. Her entrance look was number 2. I think this is so stunning. It's unlike anything I've seen on Drag Race. This is such a cool silhouette. I really love the material. The wig is amazing. She brought it. This is incredible.
I'm so glad Chloe is on my team. I don't care what nobody say. This is why I wanted her so badly. This was why I was like, I'm picking. How am I gonna pick first? Is Chloe, because she just gives looks, and I knew she was gonna bring it. I knew she was gonna bring it from the promo. I knew she was gonna bring it, and baby, she is not missing for me yet. So I know it's just one episode, but even in one episode, all three of her looks were good looks. Like if we were even the talent show look was a good look. It was just like, oh, I am in love with this dress. When she walked out, I was like, oh my God.
She ate one down.
She ate one down. It was just no crumbs left on the plate after this look. And like you said, the wig, stunning. The makeup, perfect.
Yeah. I love that she also talked about, which I guess David probably didn't see because he didn't see her talk about the look in general. She said that. Yes, I know. I figured as much. She said that she did this for this runway because she hates rain.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was like, I attributed black as a color to the way I feel about rain.
Mm-hmm.
I love this look, by the way. This look in particular is why I'm confused whether the runway was rain or rain, but in national flag colors. Because she's got black and she's got red hair. So I'm like, okay, girl, where's the yellow? You know what I mean? Like, I honestly think if the boot was a yellow thigh-high boot, I maybe would have liked it a little bit more than I already do.
I would have hated it more than I like. I don't need that yellow brightness, darkness of that yellow against all that black. It's just too much. It would be too jarring. Like, why are we wearing a yellow boot? Unless it's supposed to be for the flag, but they never said it was supposed to be for the flag. So that would have.
Did they or didn't they? I don't know. Like, that's where I'm like, I don't know what's happening with this category. What the fuck is happening today? What the fuck is going on up in here on this day? Someone explain to us what's going on up in here on this day, please. Queens, if y'all are watching, please inform us.
Yeah.
This is the one time where I'm like, actually, the queens might be able to tell us.
Yes, please tell us.
Let us know, what was the brief you were given? I'm curious. Regardless, this is a gorgeous look from Chloe. So
absolutely.
Scores.
97.
2 for 2, girl.
Ooh!
2 for 2. Jesus.
I'm going to give this a 96.
Oh.
96. Next up, Loulou Velvet.
Maybe they just needed to pick a color from the flag.
Right.
But she's also got red, yellow, and black. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, she do have red, yellow.
What is happening?
Somebody ain't telling us something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like this. I thought she looked good. You like it's hard to pull off like a really bulky look like this, but she somehow did and made it look fashionable. I can already tell she's going to get naked a lot this season, and that's our thing. So good on her. But yeah, I thought this was very solid.
I liked it way better when she kept it on. When she took it off, I was like, oh, okay. But this look right here that's in front of us right now, I was here for it. I was like, yes, give me fashion raincoat. You know, this fashion rain gear look. She looks beautiful in it with the clear bonnet hat type thing going on. I liked it. Then she took it off and I was like, oh, well, all right. Cool.
Yeah, I love that the concept for this is a raincoat but backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love that. I think it's so good. I was really impressed by the craftsmanship of this. I don't know whether she made it or whether someone else made it, but I really liked it. I don't mind that she took it off, but only because it was at the very end of the runway. If she had taken it off any time earlier, I'd been like, oh girl, put it back on. But she revealed the body, and she's got the body to do it, so show it off, I guess, girl. But yeah, I thought this was very lovely from Loulou. So, scores.
I gave it an 80.
Me too.
Oh, nice.
The concept brings it up a little bit for me, so I'm going to give it a 90.
Cool.
Next up, Sarah Logan.
I told you all, everybody, I was going to have something nice to say about them.
Thank God.
And this was the shining moment for me for Sarah Logan. I really like this. This was like easily in my top, like I would say this was in my top 4 looks. Like I had a pretty clear top 4. And yeah, I thought this was really cool concept. I really like the colors together. The tail, the shape of the tail, I really, really liked. I thought that was adorable, almost cartoonish. The only thing I might have changed is maybe some more of those like rain beads around it. Maybe not around the face, but at least behind it. It just felt a little like thin. Like there's only a few strands of that rain. So I wanted a little bit more. But overall, I thought this was very, very good.
She was going for sprinkle, David, not a downpour. She was sprinkles. And I liked it. I thought that she looked really good. This was one of my favorites. I agree. I love the color. I love how she painted her face. I love the headpiece that she has, the black with the umbrella attached to that. It was beautiful. I think she looked good in it. I love the tail, very much like a strawberry in the back. When she turned around, I was like, oh, look at the strawberry butt. But I loved it. I thought it was cute.
This is one of my favorites on this runway, which again begs the question, are we doing national flag or are we just doing rain? But I love
no national flag in this.
Nope.
It was at the black.
Well, I guess if you combine red and yellow, well, no, you get orange. So that's wrong. Not me forgetting basic color theory right now. It's fine.
Go back to kindergarten.
Right.
I literally took color theory last year. Like I should know this. Anyway, I literally took a class on color and composition. Like I should know this. Anyway, regardless, I love the color on this. I love that it's the full body is covered with just the face exposed. I think that's a really nice touch. The umbrella with the crystals coming down, I thought was a gorgeous touch. She kind of in this looks like Crystal from Drag Race UK season 1. Now that I'm saying Crystal. Also, congrats to Crystal on winning your lawsuit. Period. Yes, God Diva. But yeah, I think this is lovely from Sarah. Scores.
It's gonna be an 87.
It's gonna be a 91.
90. Next up, Madam Yoko.
Well, this is a tale of 2 different looks for me. Because when she came out with this like muted gray overcoat, I was like, please let there be something underneath it, because I did not like it at all. Yeah, but what she was wearing underneath it, I thought was really, really pretty. Like, this is how you pull off yellow. Like, this is so good. But man, I don't think she even needed that initial look. It just really I don't know. It really did not work for me, that first one. So, but props for having a very solid second look.
First look was needed because of the downpour. She was rain. That is what it is. She was rain cloud.
It goes back to what the fuck is this category? Is it rain or is it rain with national flag colors? Sorry.
I mean, but she gave us the rain, and then she was the sunshine after the rain is where the yellow comes in.
Yeah,
and she still threw in her national colors with the red and the black and the green and the yellow. So I feel like the first look was like, she was like, I'm sad, it's rain. The rain is depressing. It's the grace. Nobody likes rain. Come out like, oh, dang it, it's raining. So she gave us the sad rain cloud. Then she spun around and she was like, but it's sunny now, which happens in Alabama all the time, where it rains for 5 seconds and then it starts to be sunny and it looks like it never rained. You're like, what happened here? But yeah, so I like this concept. I like how she pulled it off. I love it. I was a fan of this. I was like, yes, girl, word. Give me the rain cloud and the sunshine.
The first look.
All right. Life. Okay, sorry.
Copyright. Since you did it to me earlier. The first look is the Drash, and the second look is the Nacional, and that's how I looked at it. Because if she just presented this yellow look on the runway, I wouldn't have gotten it for the category. I'll say that. The reveal and the performance of it is what really did it for me. This was my favorite look of the night.
Ooh.
I really enjoyed this from Yoko. Again, with the medals and all this situation, I'm like, is it rain or is it rain but make it Belgian? I'm confused. But regardless, I
think it was up for interpretation. That's why we see different interpretations.
As well, which is why we got this gorgeous interpretation. I love the beret. Or I don't think it's a full beret, but whatever the hat is going on, I love the hat. I think all of the pieces of this look, this puff skirt in this high-low situation looks so good on her. It makes her look so tall. And it really elongated her body in such a gorgeous way. This is what Bosco was trying to do with her look, and she didn't do it nearly as well as this. I will say that. So, scores.
85.
I'm going to 10 up here. 95.
I'm going to 5 up you and give it a full cup.
Period.
Because I love this. Better work, Yoko.
Work.
Next up, Star.
Star. This was an interesting one too, because there are so many like really, really cool things going on here. I am obsessed with this wig. I'm obsessed with this top. The cape is beautiful. I think that like it is like some of the most stunning detail we've seen on this runway here. I just don't like the bottom part. I don't like the tulle, like actual skirt there. It feels so uneven just because the top is so extravagant and then the bottom half is just blah, you know? So I wish it was a little bit more even. Even if she had like a mini skirt on, I think it could have worked better. But really, like everything in the top half is incredible looking. So it's a little mixed for me.
I agree. I could not agree with you more. The bottom half of this is not working for me. I would have rather it all be in that fabric that she had on the jacket part and make that a skirt, or like you said, make that a mini skirt, make it just go just right below and it'd be a cocktail dress like type situation, because that top is phenomenal. I love what she did with that jacket. It's beautiful. She talked about how her mom helped her make that jacket, which is stunning and cute, and I love that. I don't really care for the cape. Like the cape for me wasn't necessary. It's cute, but it's not necessary because of how extravagant and beautiful that jacket is. I guess she just wanted to reveal, which is fine. I just don't think it was necessary. You come out in that jacket, that's the statement right there. That's the statement. But other than that, I agree with you. Very mixed, but still solid. That wig is great, but mixed about the whole thing.
I like it, I think, more than both of you do. I don't mind the tulle skirt here. It wasn't my favorite thing in the world, but I feel like if it was just a pencil skirt or something a little bit more understated, I think we would be reading her for it not being a complex enough look. At least I might, because I don't necessarily think a pencil skirt works with this whole situation. Obviously, the focus is the jacket, the wig, all that kind of stuff. And I thought the reveal out of the jacket was really nice. It wasn't my favorite look of the night by any means of the imagination, but I do still think it was a very solid look. So, scores.
I mean, I'll say that the top half is my second favorite look of the night. I still gave it an 89.
I gave it an 83.
I also gave it an 89, David.
Nice.
Next up, Gabanna.
Gabanna. I love me some Gabanna. And I really like this concept. Like the whole like see-through rain jacket, I think is incredible. What I'm not crazy about is what's going on underneath. And I do love that she has her flag colors there. But I don't know. I just wanted if there was going to be like a look underneath. I wanted it to be something better than what we got here. Even after she took it off for the lip sync, we see it's just a corset with some string wrapped around it. So I don't know. It felt like the underneath part was such an afterthought, but everything on top is so cool. Especially with how long the train was on this. I really like that. So this is another one that's a little mixed for me.
I like the plastic, like the raincoat, not raking jacket. I was waiting on David to say it.
I know, me too. I was like, oh my god,
I
he didn't say
forgot.
raking
Thanks for
jacket.
reminding me.
I
Oh
knew
my
he said
god.
Raking jacket?
I'm gonna
I
go
was-
delete the audio clip before we can use it. I'm kidding.
Nah.
No, I would
But
never.
I do like the see-through raincoat, but like now I'm feeling very much like Logan. What does this category mean?
Is it rain or is it rain but national flag colors?
Because honestly, I was like, other than that, it's fine. It's a bikini. I like the cone of the bikini is the different kind of, not just a regular bikini top, but still just the bikini and the raincoat. So I was kind of like, I don't know. Very mixed about this look. Very mixed about this look. I'm still trying to figure out the score for this look because I don't know.
Reagan jacket.
I knew it was coming, but I did it to myself. I did it to
You
myself.
did. Unfortunately, you really
I
did.
did it.
This was my least favorite look of the night. And I'm really upset to say that. But I don't think this was a bad look by any means of the imagination. I think the pieces of this are very well put together. I really like this clear Reagan jacket. And I'm glad that someone did the concept of a Reagan jacket. Because for a rain runway, there has to be a Reagan jacket. But
Loulou also did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I think she did it much better. But you didn't say Reagan jacket earlier. So yeah.
True, I didn't think about it.
I just think, unfortunately, I think the bikini is cute. I think the coat is cute. I think the wig is cute. There's nothing groundbreaking about this for me, unfortunately. So, but I don't think it's a bad look, and I think it's very polished.
Right.
It's just not groundbreaking. And on a runway where a lot of other people did a lot of very, very good things, this was unfortunately a little more underwhelming. And I think this is maybe why she was put at the bottom, among other things. So, scores for Gabanna.
She still gets a 79 from me.
I give her a 70.
I also gave her a 79.
Look at me being a mean one. Wait a minute.
Look at me and David matching.
I don't know if I like
What's
this.
happening? I don't know what's happening.
Oh.
Next up, Morphae.
Okay, so this is actually my least favorite runway of the night. I like the kind of veil that's going on with the raindrops. Her face looks nice too. I don't think there's anything special about the rest of the garment. I think it's very simple. Sure, she added a few like jewels on it to represent raindrops. I don't know if she's going to be this conceptual queen. I think there's a lot more she could have done here. So I was just kind of underwhelmed.
Agreed. I was very much underwhelmed. This was my least favorite look of the night as well. I wanted more. I expected more. I thought she was going to give us a little bit more, like, I don't know, weirder, or I don't know what I expected. Just more. And this just wasn't it.
I will agree with a lot of that. I think what does it for me in this look, it's definitely not my favorite, and it's towards the bottom of my ranking of looks for this episode. I think for me, what does it is the detailing in the veil. I really like that. I like that we're getting a softer paint from her, and I'm happy that we got as much versatility in her aesthetic as we did in this episode. I think she showed the most versatility of anybody, really. I think the look is simple, but I think the embellishment and the detailing is what does it for me, because it looks like there are raindrops on her gown. And that kind of elevates it a little bit more for me. I do agree. I want the concept to be stronger. But it didn't do a whole lot for me, but I do still think it was a solid look nonetheless. So scores for Morphae.
65.
Gave it a 68.
I gave it an 81. So just above Gabanna for me, because I thought this had a bit more concept to it than Gabanna. And last up, La Veuve.
La Veuve. So for me, we're kind of ending things on a lower note with these last three ones. I like what she was going for here. It seemed like she definitely had some issues with her reveal. She talked about that in the confessional. So I was like, ooh, what's going to be under this? What's going to be under this? Because we see this really cool, big, bulky jacket. And just what we got underneath it was a little bit like, wah, wah. Like, sure, she's got some nice jewels going on there, but I just was like a little disappointed overall. And that's the thing. If you're setting yourself up, you have to think about it. Like, what are people expecting to be under this? Because if you set the expectations too high, which this look did, then you're just going to leave people disappointed if you don't go all out. So yeah, it was not my favorite. This was probably my second least favorite of the night.
Yeah, I kind of agree. It was definitely set up for more, and we didn't get more. It reminded me of Moon's ski look on France,
Sure.
but then I was like, but not taken the right as far as Moon did it, and like Moon did the reveal way better, and it was like it turned into a whole different thing, and this just was like it fell a little flat for me, unfortunately. I love Veuve, but this just fell a little flat for me. And I was going back and forth between if I like this look more than I like Gabanna's look, and both of them seemed about. I think I kind of liked them on the same level because it just didn't do it for me. It just didn't do it for me.
I like this more than both of you do. I do still think score-wise, it is on the lower end of my scores for this whole runway. I love the concept of this big, dumb, oversized rain jacket. This Reagan jacket, if you will. I thought that concept was fun. I liked how the hood was stuck on her, and then it stayed stuck on her, and then it stayed stuck on her after the reveal, and then she had to rip it off in order to make sure that the reveal happened. And so that brought it down a little bit for me, but I do love that it transformed into this kind of corset giant skirt moment. So I thought the ingenuity of the look was very, very strong. It wasn't my favorite, but I think the concept was there for me, and I thought it was pretty well executed, bar the little bit that happened with the reveal itself. So scores
70.
That is exactly what I gave her.
I am going to give this an 87. Well, we made it through that. We get back to the runway, and we find out that Loulou, Yoko, Sarah, and Star are safe.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, we're doing this 2 in the top, 3 in the bottom thing again? Cool. It's like one of those 4 people could have been given a high spot. For me, it would have been Morphae.
2 of them could have been given a low spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But according to the judges, apparently, the top 2 were Veuve and Alvilda, which, sure, totally, sure. And the bottom 3 were Chloe, Gabanna, and Morphae?
No.
No.
No. Terrible
like,
judging.
I was like, oh, good, Morphae's in the top. Oh, no.
Did they not give her mostly positive feedback too?
Yes.
Because I was like, oh, at first I thought she was in the bottom because we got some like kind of shady confessionals from other queens. So I'm like, okay, that's a hint. But then when they gave feedback, I'm like, oh no, it's a top 3. And then when they like showed the actual judging and they made it pretty clear that she was one of the 3 in consideration for a lip sync. And I'm like, come on, this doesn't make any sense.
I honestly think her and Gabanna, they justified putting them in the bottom because of their runways. Which I guess, sure. But I don't agree with it. So. But it's difficult then, because then what's the balance? Just like I had confusion with what this category was, I had confusion with how the judging was done. Because for me then, like I said, my bottom 3 would have had Chloe, Star, and Sarah. But I really liked what Star and Sarah did on the runway. So it was like this back and forth sort of thing. And I liked what Chloe did too, but I don't think there was anything saving Chloe from the bottom 2 placement. And she knew that. But I don't know. I was confused by the judging, and I hope that this doesn't start a trend of confusing judging, which is a little bit of what we saw on season 1 of Belgique. So Untucked, not much happens other than Chloe's like, well, I'm in the bottom.
Yep.
That's it, really. But we go back to the runway and we find out that the winner of the first challenge of this season is Veuve. Yay! I am very happy with it because I thought overall she did a very lovely job in this episode.
Mm-hmm. And I'm happy because this isn't a type of queen that we see a lot on these shows. So it's nice to see her doing well.
Except we did see one last season and they all forgot about Mocha Bonet.
Oh, no. I think she's actually pretty different from Mocha Bonet personally.
Oh, I agree with you completely, but she's a bearded queen. And they said Veuve was the first bearded queen, and she wasn't. So, don't forget about Mocha Bonet. Thank you. She's very talented. But we find out that our bottom 2 is Chloe and Gabanna. Not for me.
No.
Not for me. But we get a lip sync to a song they can't afford the rights for in the US, I guess. So they have to do it in Europe. And we get Rain on Me by Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga. Yay! How
Lady
fitting.
Gaga. Lady Gaga featuring Ariana Grande.
Oh, I always thought it was Ariana's song.
Lady Gaga song.
Mm-hmm.
By Lady Gaga featuring Ariana Grande. How fitting. I liked that it fit what was happening.
Yes.
I thought the lip sync was good.
Yeah. It was a close one too for me.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
Mm-hmm. I thought they both did really well. I thought it was an even lip sync between the 2 of them. I felt like nobody did anything that was like, oh, but nobody did anything that could be go, so I think they were pretty even the whole time. Yeah. When it was over, I was like, oof, I don't know who gonna win this.
I agree. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen right now. Like, I don't want either of these 2 to go home because I'm really enjoying both of them in very different aspects of the show. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I was like, no one's stunting. I was like, there's no stunting happening. Because for me, we got one flip at the very end.
We got a flip from Gabanna, and then we got a little bit of a drop from Chloe.
But it was at the end.
It was at the end. There was like nobody was. I think Gabanna went down on her knees. I mean, yeah, once.
I was like, if you have the stunting ability to do stunting, this is the song you stunt to.
Absolutely.
Like,
especially when the beat dropped, it was like that was when you should have just did it, because at the beginning I get why you just like, yeah.
It's like rain on me, and then you fall into a split, or you do a dip.
Right, something right in that rain on
me. Like I'm like,
damn, something. But.
And I love a lip sync where there's no stunting, because I do really enjoy that. But for me, this is the kind of song where you do some stunting.
Maybe they just aren't those kind of girls.
They might not be those kind of girls.
But we saw little bits of it, and so that's where I'm like,
maybe that's the gist of our stunting right there.
And if that is, I wish there was a little bit more of that. That's what I'll say. I wish there was some backbending. I wish they had taken more moments to do things. That's just where I was at with it. But I don't think it was a bad lip sync by any means of the imagination.
Oh, no.
So, and then Rita calls Chloe safe, and I genuinely was duped.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and then they're going to save them both, right? And I was like, oh, good. They're both going to be safe. Gabanna, sashay away. I was like,
no.
I literally was like jaw dropped, like, huh? What? And then Rita Baga pulls a RuPaul and Candy Muse moment. Gabanna, wait. That's really what it felt like.
This Gottmik is running on the stage and then back.
Literally. Someone was walking on stage too. Gabanna, wait. We're saving you both. Yay!
This is what I ask for every season. This is what I ask for.
Yes.
But
I kind of wish it had been a top 2 lip sync.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say.
Right.
Like, might as well do that if nobody's going home.
Right. I'm like, come on now.
Because what would have happened if somebody like accidentally like just failed this lip sync? Yeah.
Well, we saw what happened with that when 2 people bombed the same lip sync on episode 1 of a franchise.
Did they send them both home?
No.
They
You
kept
saw
them.
it, Lana.
It was Drag Race Mexico.
Mexico.
Oh, I didn't remember that lip sync because it was so bad. I didn't remember that.
And then they did the same song on La Mas last season, and it was equally as bad of a lip sync.
Yeah, I was like, maybe it's the song. Maybe it's
Don't lip sync to Belinda. I guess don't lip sync to that song. I guess
that song because sorry.
But
yeah, that was a bad lip sync. They should have both gone home.
In both instances,
they should have gone home.
In La Obscuridad, don't lip sync to that song. Right. Don't do it. Don't do it. But I guess Rain on Me by Lady Gaga, you both stay. And I was very happy to see it. So
Me too.
I was like, I like everyone on this cast. Don't send anyone home.
Yeah.
No one goes home the whole season. That's what I would have preferred. But that's not how this season is going to go. But for now, no one is going home. So, David, do you have an update of the draft?
I don't want to talk about it.
I would very much so like you to talk about it, please.
Okay, so I'm trying to pull it up, but so just to remind everybody, Logan, who's on your team?
I have the top 2 of this episode and Loulou Velvet.
Lana, who is on your team?
I have one at the bottom. Chloe. And I have Yoko, who's safe. And I have Sarah Logan, who's safe.
And my team is Star, Morphae, and Gabanna.
Whew. Yep.
Rough episode for David.
So coming in 3rd place so far is me with 6 points. But Lana, you're not that much ahead of me.
I know, David. I know. Gosh, calm down. Relax.
You have 7 points.
Relax.
And then Logan is killing it with 12.5 points. The most points possible in this episode.
Yay!
We love an Alvilda winning mini. We love Veuve winning the maxi.
Loulou also could have been in the top. Honestly. Loulou also could have been in the top.
We'll see how well that holds up. We'll see.
Yes, we will.
When people actually start getting eliminated, we'll see how these points go now. Rough us, David.
But
rough us.
Next week, a good old design challenge.
Ooh.
And I'm interested because we got this moment in the preseason trailer, and apparently we're getting it next week, where Alvilda's crying over being a fraud.
Yep.
I don't know what
Not the imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
No,
Why am
Alvilda.
I
I'm
here?
so concerned. I'm
Like,
so
why
concerned.
am I here? And they're going to know that I don't belong. I'm like, what is going on here?
Truly, I'm like, it makes me. I'm intrigued to see what happens next week. I'm like, what is it going to happen?
I hope it's misdirection because, to be honest, at this point, Alvilda is my favorite. I'm really liking what she's bringing, so I really hope that whatever it is, she ends up slaying it
Yeah.
and continues a really good run on this show because I just love her and she's adorable in and out of drag.
Yeah.
We'll see. But
That's it.
with that being said, thank you for joining us for 2 hours talking about the premiere of Drag Race Belgique season 2.
It's the premiere. Y'all know what's going to happen.
Exactly. Make sure to subscribe if you've not already. Let us know in the comments below. Did you agree with the winner? Did you agree with the bottom two? Who were your standouts? Whose runways, whose entrances, and whose performances did you enjoy the most and the least? We want to know everything you have to say about this episode. So thank you so much for joining. For what was overall a fabulous premiere of Belgique. Make sure to subscribe, hit the button, hit all the buttons except for the dislike. And if you hit that, hit it twice because we are here all the time giving you almost all things drag. 2 other channels with almost all things reality TV and almost all things Eurovision Song Contest as well, if you want to follow us over there. Make sure to follow our socials at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. It is scrolling on screen as I speak. You could also go follow the 3 of us as well down below. And if you scroll a little bit further down, you could go get your merch, including but not limited to cup, mug, available down there as well. And as David's cat Lily gets her food for the afternoon, I bid you farewell and cheers.
Rakin Yakin.
Join our membership channel.
And join the members. We have
Yes.
memberships now with
Super thanks.
exclusive content. Super thanks as well. I have to include that in the intro and outro now because I forgot to do it. Goodbye.